Back when I used to work at the dealership, I had an annual tradition. I used to single out a fellow coworker or somebody outside the dealership about this time every year for some personal recognition. I've always felt like in our society we're too quick to judge and complain and to write that nasty letter, but we're not often as quick to give kudos and credit where credit is due, and I think it's really important. Some of you will remember a video I did a while back on recognition, and to this day I'm convinced that it's a really important thing to do. And so I used to do this once a year, and I had a couple of rules. It couldn't be something where I was seeking any kind of personal gain, like to sort of endear myself to that person for future favor. And it had to be completely genuine and heartfelt. It couldn't just be because I like that person and I want to make them feel good. I really wanted it to be for something tangible that I could point to that had made the work environment better, enriched my life in some way, or even just made things easier for people, in one way or another. And I used to do this every year. I remember one year in particular, I pulled the sales manager aside, and he was a new guy there. And he'd really done a lot to mend the bridges between the sales and service department, which is typically a bit of a contentious relationship. And I really did appreciate the easing of tensions and the flow that he had created between the departments. And when I told him this, he was really blown away because he said, I don't get that, right? I'm a sales manager. I'm the complaint department. So it really felt good for both of us. And it was a great incentive for us to continue that relationship going forward. That said, I've been on my own for the last 9 years or so, and my only coworker is this guy. So it might seem a little bit silly for me to pull myself aside and thank myself for all the hard work over the past year. Maybe that's not a bad idea, but I do have some other vendors and people that I deal with that I have pulled aside for recognition. But working on my own and being sort of solo has kind of cramped my style in that regard. And I was thinking about it the other day, and I thought, well, now I can turn it on you guys, because I really do have genuine, heartfelt appreciation and gratitude for everything, all the contributions that you've all made to my channel over the past 8 or so months that I've been on YouTube, whatever it is. I appreciate, of course, everyone subscribing and watching my videos. More importantly, of course, the thoughtful and insightful comments in the comments section, some of which are very long, and I should say I read them all, even if I don't get the opportunity to reply. And I'm actually impressed by the intellectual prowess of some people who've commented in the comments section, and I've learned a lot. I certainly appreciate everyone who has taken the time to engage with me privately via private message, or some absolutely fantastic Skype conversations that I've had with several of you. And certainly anyone who's made a response video, especially those who are critiquing, critical, or correcting, such as Ozzy's recent video on the primacy of existence. I can't tell you how much I appreciate, especially the tone and manner in which most of those videos have been put forth. They've been gently correcting or critical, but not in a abusive or hostile way. And I very much appreciate that. Thanks very much to all of you for everything. I had originally intended on shutting my channel down after 6 months if I didn't feel there was sort of a return on invested capital. And I certainly have no intent of doing that anymore. I'm enjoying the heck out of this little bit of a ride and the discussion back and forth. And so I'm just going to keep going forward. I would like to combine this with a more formal shout out for someone I mentioned in my last video, Jason Trivium. I will link his channel below. I think this is my first shout out for a theist's channel. I'm not 100% positive, but I think it is, and I'm very glad that I'm able to do that. He's a very deserving fellow. He seems to be very reasonable. I love the humor that he has. The first video of his that I watched, I giggled the whole way through. He's very, very entertaining. And what I like about him is that he has a way of, even if he's being critical, of doing it in a non-confrontational, non-adversarial way. And so what that does is it frees me up to actually hear what he's saying. I don't have my guards up, I don't have my defenses up, and I can actually listen and digest what he's saying. And I think that is something we could definitely all learn from. He seems like a very likable guy. He seems like the kind of guy who you wish lived just down the street, because you'd love to take him out for a coffee and just shoot the shit, I think he doesn't have near enough subscribers. I'm hoping that we can change that. By all means, go and check out his videos and hit the subscribe button if you feel it warrants it. Hopefully we can encourage him to make some more of his good-natured, good-humored videos in the future. I think the YouTube community would really benefit from more theists of his ilk being engaged in the conversation. And if nothing else, he's very, very entertaining to watch, so I encourage you to go and check him out. A couple of you commented on the backdrop on my last video. It's a little more snowy today, so it's kind of washed out, but I think I'm going to have to build a gazebo right here. I enjoy making videos in this spot, but it's a little bit cold. I'm kind of shivering right now, and that would give me an opportunity to for some deep thoughts too, overlooking the valley here, sometimes in between takes, and reorganize my thoughts, because it is a great spot, but it's quite chilly to make videos here now. So once again, thanks everyone very much for your contributions to the conversation here on my channel, and I hope everyone has a great Christmas, a wonderful weekend, and look forward to many more videos in 2014. Thanks for watching.